Leos, you are seeking Sirius Joy. And that's because I have a Leo rising, but it's also because Sirius Joy is the third decan of the fifth house. This is the part where we light up, or this is what Leos live for. Leos are born dreaming about 6 or 7 of these. And what this is saying is it's time for a new one to hatch. Either one you've had back in, dusty and needing to blow off and bring out one of your golden eggs, or maybe some idea that didn't come until you're on top of all of your experience. But it's time for Leos to dream in a big, big way. All right. Now, what's in the middle of the dream? What's in the way of the dream? Who you think you are in society. So you have this idea of who you are in society, this idea of who you're supposed to be in society, this idea of what you're supposed to say in society. But all that stuff you're supposed to be in society, that's all based on what we just lived. That's not based, that knowledge is not based on where you're going. In fact, what the astrology is showing is it's probably blocking you from going to where you really belong in public because you're so insistent you're this or you're that. So you got to get to the dream. You got to focus on the dream, the feeling of the dream in your heart, the magic, the music you play, and just be okay with if I end up performing in bus stations, that's where I end up. You just have to be open. Now, Jupiter's in that space, which means the universe wants to bring your rightful place in the world right now, but your mind might be in the way. Now, Mercury directed Sag says, hey, I just got to love myself. I just got to always love myself in my mind. I have to always be the one to acknowledge the queen or the king or however you want to address yourself and your royalty of your self-love. You don't need anyone else to tell you. You don't need anyone else to affirm. You don't need a mirror to know this. All you need to know in your mind is I love me. I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. And own that. That's what being a Leo is about, is a lifetime of really knowing that, and really a lifetime of feeling how God feels about him or herself. That's how God feels. Like, amazing. Like, look at this shit, man. Look what I pulled off. I think that's the heart of God. So Mars retrograde is in Leo, which means that to get there, you have to be a real friend. You have to be ultimately a real friend to yourself every time you respond to yourself. Always encourage yourself. Always respect yourself in your responses. Always build yourself up in your responses. Be the entire royal court treating you like a king or queen. That's how your responses have to be. You have to treat yourself like royalty with yourself and yourself. How much money you spend does not count here.